Yo, what is going on, guys? Crypto Vibes here, also known as Crypto, bringing you guys another video. Today, being over my week 1 matchup in the PSA versus its Visch and the Wenters Weavile. So, if you guys didn't already see the Teambuilder, go ahead and check that out in the playlist. I will have a playlist for that. So, yeah, coming to this matchup, his team, the Blade was my biggest worry for Celestial, potentially sweeping him. And unfortunately, he didn't bring it. I was pretty confident he wouldn't bring it, but I was like praying that he didn't in the back of my mind. But the Blade did come. Me and Shell came. I'm expecting a choice scarf variant of me and Shell or something in that category. So it's a threat nonetheless, but it's not the biggest threat to my team. He has a Scolipede, which obviously can get the speed boost, which can be quite threatening. An SD set could be a little scary too, so I gotta be wary for that. Tapu Fini's here. Tapu Fini is going to be an annoyance to potentially getting him my Celesteela to be able to set up. Because my Gligar, if you did not know, has SD plus Baton Pass, so I gotta be careful playing around the Tapu Fini with my Gligar there. Reuniclus, if I can let the thing set up, it can destroy me my day, so I gotta be careful there as well. I do have Dragon Tail on my Licky and then Taunt on my Gligar as well. That can kind of shut that down a little bit. And then as well as he does have the Mega Tyranitar on the end, which is probably the biggest offensive threat to my team because it can come in and almost 2-hit KO everything on my team. And if it gets up a Dragon Dance, I need to be careful for that too, because my best thing to revenge kill at that point would be my Darmanitan. And that's actually my only thing to revenge kill, so definitely gotta play careful with my Darmanitan. So let's go ahead and get into the game, guys. Make sure the music is off first. And let's go ahead and get into it. Anyways, I'm gonna leave with my Roserade because it had a pretty fair matchup against the majority of his matches. Outside of like the Blade, I could do about 70 to 80% with my Hidden Power Fire, but I didn't really want that as my lead. He leads me in Shell. I know I can live. Anything me and Shell wants to do. If he goes for a Fake Out, that tells me he's not Choice Scarf. But then I would switch up out of there, and I would have other options to go into. If he goes for something like a High Jump Kick or Knockoff or something, then I can just proceed to knock him out with the Leaf Storm. So my best play here, in my opinion, was to just stay in and go ahead and take whatever move. He goes for the Knockoff, and I believe, yeah, that just did 88%. So I believe he has Choice Banded after seeing the Knockoff damage, which is pretty crazy because if he went for a High Jump Kick right there, he could have knocked me out. So I wasn't really prepping for Choice Band, but with my speed tiers on this team, it was a pretty good option because I believe I have 3 base 85s and base 90 on my team. So that was a good bring by him there. And anyways, I'm going to hold on there. I'm going to get the Leaf Storm, and I do get a crit. Without my Life Orb, I believe it's a roll to hit him or kill him with Leaf Storm, but I don't think it's too. I think it was a roll in my favor, so not too worried about that there. But anyways, figuring out his Choice Band me and Shell actually was really nice. So I could knock him out. I'm going to save my Roserade because it still can hit things like Tapu Fini and the Blade. Well, the Blade could kill me with Shadow Sneak, but Tapu Fini and like Tyranitar and stuff. Anyways, I'm not sure why it's showing 2 Blade sprites right there, guys, but it's just Showdown's been acting up lately. So, anyways, one of those should be a me and Shell, a dead me and Shell, but he's gonna send off the Blade right here as I just make the hard switch into my Gligar. He doubles into Reuniclus, so I don't really know what he was predicting right there, but that was my play. He's gonna switch right onto Tapu Fini, so that's good to know that his prior switch into this is his prior switch into my Gligar is Tapu Fini. Now, with that being said, I know I don't want to take a water move right from the beginning, so I'm just going to hard switch on into my Licky. It is my best switch right here, and as you guys can see, it shows 2 Licky sprites now, but I'll try to go over the best I can to remind you guys what Pokemon is which. So, anyways, I'm going to pull a switch right here. He goes for the Nature's Madness afterwards. I throw up a Wish, which is nice. I know I can live any attack otherwise, so he goes for the Taunt, expecting my Protect. I'm going to go for the Power Whip. Actually got some nice chip right here. My Wish comes true. Obviously, I get some HP back. I'm pretty confident he's not going to stay in at this point because I can 1v1 him pretty easily. And I'm either expecting the Blade or the Blade or the Reuniclus to come out. So I'm actually going to make a pretty fair switch into my I pulled a double. I gotta remember he actually goes for Protect first, so I go for Power Up here, which was probably good. But on this turn, I'm pretty sure I double out predicting his double. So I read him right there. He goes to Blade as I double into Batman because Gligar gets pretty much a free SD at this point. It's max health still, so this makes this Tapu Fini play. He pretty much, I know he's going to attack me right here, but the only thing he can kill me with is Hydro Pump, and I was pretty sure he'd be running like Surf, which he already showed earlier, so he's going to Surf, get a crit, and get me so low, so that's unfortunate there. I do get the Baton Pass off, luckily, going to Celesteela. Now, from this point on, my Celesteela has the +2, and this point wasn't exactly the most crucial thing, but it was a bit annoying. Because I could have thrown off my Z Seed Bomb, which could have killed this thing, but Seed Bomb was actually a roll to kill in my favor, and the reason I wanted to keep the Z Seed Bomb was for the Tyranitar in the back, because +2 Heavy Slam was a roll to kill Tyranitar at this point. So, that being said, he goes for the Taunt right here, and I can't Tauntamize up at this point. I believe I he goes for the protect, so, and I just heavy slam again. And I'm just going to stay in and heavy slam once again as he decides to pull a switch out into his deblade. Now, showing that the damage right there was pretty nice. He goes for, I go for the heavy slam once again, get a crit right here, which is nice. He goes for the Shadow Claw and crits me, which, I mean, I could have went licky on that turn, which probably was my best play. This was kind of crucial turn in the game because letting my Celestial get so low to where the point I do later on, or just here as you can see, is gonna suck because one of these Pokemon here are Scolipede. It's just covered up right now. I think it's this one, but Scolipede, my Celesteela can basically take anything from it. So I believe it's best thing to hit me is Superpower, which does like 30 to 35, and I'm gonna take a little bit more damage later here in a second, which is gonna suck. I'm gonna Laffy Taffy right here because I can eat any hit from him. Now this was a miss. Was this a misplay? Was this a turn he went for it? No, he switches out, and I end up going just for the Wish right here. As he goes into this, I believe I power up this turn, or I actually wish. Oh yeah, I go to my Celesteela right here. My Celesteela gets low later on. I'll explain that. Get my health back, so I'm gonna go right back into Laffy Taffy right here as he goes for the Thunder. The reason I go back into Laffy Taffy is I have Dragon Tail. If he wants to set up some Calm Minds, that is nice for me. Actually pulls the switch right back into his the blade. Now this next turn is pretty crucial and not good on my part. I get the Wish right here, which is good, which is really good for me. So I can pretty much just stay in and go for a Dragon Tail because I already saw by the damage from the crit on Shadow Claw that it did 51% of my Celestial. That means he's pretty much max attack. So at that point, I shouldn't be switching to my Celestial, predicting he could be Swords Dance. So predicting a Swords Dance right here, I should have stayed into my Licky. I go into Celesteela. That was the biggest misplay of the game for me personally. So I go for the Heavy Slam right here, and apparently it does a lot more. I forgot that Heavy Slam does. Oh, I forgot that I wasn't +2 this time. So that obviously was a big what's the word? Big, I don't know, big problem in that part right there. But I take all that damage. I sack off my Gligar right here. At this point, I go into Mega Deontay because I don't want to take a hit with Licky at this point. I know the best thing he hit me with is Shadow Sneak to get Chip off. So I'm going to go for the Earth Power right here as it knocks him out. And at this point, he goes into his Scolipede. I could have predicted, like I'm pretty sure he was just going to straight up attack me. That was his best play. So I just Earth Power right back as he Earthquakes knocks me out. Gets his speed boost. And my only play at this point is to go into my Licky because it is almost full health. Sets up an FD, probably predicting my Wish or something. I go for the Dragon Tail because I could not let him do that. That was my best play right there. As he goes into Reuniclus, I throw off a Power Whip. At this point, like, I could have expected, I was kind of expecting him to be either Trick Room or like Calm Mind set or something. I still do have the Dragon Tail in the back, so that was good there. He sets up a Calm Mind, so at this turn, I'm going to go ahead and set up a Dragon Tail. Goes for the Thunder, connects, does not do much to me at all. It gets the Paralyze though. Paralyze was huge, and then I missed a Dragon Tail on top of that, so that's pretty unfortunate. There was a lot of crits this game and just like weird stuff, but I don't think the hacks really matter too much throughout this game. But he's going to go for the Thunder. Obviously, I get my Wish Protector right there. That's nice. I can break through the Paralyzation. Goes for the Side Shock. Does a solid amount to me. As I'm going to go for the Dragon Tail right here. And force out his Tapu Fini. Now, at this point in the game, I believe I just throw off a Power Whip or a Wish. No, I believe I throw off the Power Whip, predicting this taunt right there. Yeah. So I'll knock out the Tapu Fini, which is nice. But at this point in the game, I don't have the best answers for the Scolipede because, like I was talking about with my Celestial taking all that damage earlier from the +2 Shadow Claw from the Blade, there's a chance Superpower can knock out my Celesteela. And I needed to ask him this because if he didn't have Superpower, Celesteela had a chance to come in and knock out the Scolipede, which could have gave a chance to my Roserade to potentially win this game for me. Sitting at 11% means it could have taken one turn of Sandstorm, which means it could have knocked out the Tyranitar, and then it would have just depended how I played around the Reuniclus towards the end. So, but that basically tells you guys that I'm not going to be able to pull this game out. He goes for the Dragon Dance right here, and I get fully paralyzed on top of that, which is unfortunate. I went for the Dragon Tail, I believe, there just to get Chip off was nice because the Chip right there ensured that I could knock out the, I think it was a Tyranitar with my Bloom Doom. But I get the U-turn rough right here. The reason I U-turn, like, this could be considered a misplay, but I wanted to U-turn just in case he went for, what was his play I was predicting? I don't remember exactly, but I went for the U-turn to get the Chip off so I could save my Darmanitan. Oh, yeah. I went for U-turn over Superpower, so basically if you want to pull a switch into Reuniclus or Scolipede to try to, like, preserve differential, I guess, earlier on, then I could at least U-turn out into my Darmanitan if you went like something like Reuniclus, and I could have got a huge hit off. But instead he stays in. Earthquakes right here. And +1, he can just knock me out with anything. Crunch knocks me out. I'm not running much defense at all. As I'm going to go into my Darmanitan here, because I am running enough speed to outspeed a +1 Tyranitar because I'm Choice Scarf. Knock him out. This is his chance to go into Scolipede. Sets up a Swords Dance, which is a pretty good play. Ensures his Earthquake can knock me out from +2, because I was a roll otherwise, I believe. Even with the Life Orb, it might have been a little bit of a roll, depending on my HP investment. He obviously didn't know. But anyways, if I stayed in there superpowered, I could not have killed him. It was ×4 resist, and like, yeah, it would have been rough. So he Earthquakes me there, knocks me out. Now, like I was talking about, for me personally, the biggest misplay was letting the Celesteela take all that damage from the Blade. It's because Celesteela had the chance to set up Atotomizes on its own against the Scolipede, which definitely could have helped. And I guess what I was thinking at the time was keep my Licky healthy so it can obviously take on the Teambuilder, but Celesteela was much more crucial than Licky in game, so because Scolipede obviously could outspeed my whole team if I didn't have Atotomize up. But anyways, that's a game. Great game to Visch. He played very solid all around. That play at the end was very solid. Swords dancing up with his Scolipede during the Earthquake killed my Darmanitan. And he played his Reuniclus pretty good, as well as his Deblade. I'd consider Deblade probably the MVP of this match. So, that being said, guys, we are 0-1. Move into next week. I think we played Dio, and I don't remember his team name, but I'll go ahead and tell you that later on. But anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I really do appreciate it. And peace out, guys.